The Umkhonto Party is preparing to introduce a private members' bill in Parliament aimed at clarifying Section 235 of the Constitution, which deals with the right to self-determination for cultural and linguistic communities. The move follows a recent oversight visit by the Umkhonto Party to Kleinfonten, a controversial Afrikaner-only settlement east of Pretoria. Led by Parliamentary Chief Whip Mzwanele Manyi, the delegation sought first-hand insights into how the constitutional provision is being interpreted and applied by such communities. Section 235 affirms the right to self-determination for communities sharing a common cultural and linguistic heritage, allowing for legal recognition and autonomy in preserving their traditions, language, and identity. However, Manyi raised concerns that the provision is being misused to justify racially exclusive settlements, and said we hold the view as the Umkhonto Party in Parliament that Section 235 is vague, and this ambiguity has given rise to interpretations that can echo the exclusionary practices of apartheid. While we fully support the right of all cultural groups to preserve their heritage, this cannot be done in a way that resembles or reinforces racial segregation. The Umkhonto Party's proposed bill aims to sharpen the language of the clause to ensure that the right to cultural preservation does not translate into legal justification for racial exclusivity. Both Kleinfonten and its more well-known counterpart Orania in the Northern Cape have long steered controversy for admitting only white Afrikaners, citing their right to self-determination under Section 235. Critics argue that these communities undermine the values of non-racialism enshrined in South Africa's constitution. In 2024, the Gauteng High Court ruled by Kleinfonten was operating illegally, having failed to comply with Tshwane municipality's zoning regulations. Adding to the growing debate, the economic freedom fighters in the Northern Cape announced plans to stage a protest march on Tuesday to the office of Premier Zamani Saul. The EFF contended that Orania represented a deliberate effort to preserve the remnants of apartheid-era ideologies, warning that its continued operation signals a broader aspiration to normalize segregationist principles in a democratic South Africa. The EFF's public representative in the Solblaki municipality, Prince Mashele, confirmed in a video posted on social media platforms that they will continue with the march, and said we can never be party to a government that is allowing segregation within our province. We are going to advocate for the total eradication of Orania in our province. Last week, it was reported that the EFF called for a review of Orania's status, urging that it be evaluated in line with the South African Constitution and applicable national legislation. The party argued that Orania, a predominantly Afrikaans enclave with an estimated population of 3,000, undermines national unity and perpetuates ideologies reminiscent of the apartheid era. The EFF asserted that this kind of socio-political model directly contradicts South Africa's constitutional principles of equality, inclusivity, and non-racialism, core values of the country's democracy. EFF Provincial Chairperson Shadrack Tlaole reportedly stated that the party is prepared to confront the situation in Orania. He emphasized that the issue being raised by the EFF is a serious national concern that requires the attention and involvement of both black and white South Africans, and said we are taking our march and continuing with our march to the Premier's office, demanding what we have said, and that we will continue. Orania should be abolished, and Orania is not what we should appreciate and accept as the EFF. This comes after an unsuccessful engagement with the leadership of Orania and representatives of the Freedom Front Plus last week. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.